the plus minus. Plus minus.
Bro.
There.
I'm retarded. Please help me.
Where does it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Darker?
Other way.
Oh, it is
Thanks,
darker?
Minus. That was the same as what it was.
So Hill.
So I shouldn't do this.
You said there's a ring on the
Don't do that. No. I'm live. Oh my god.
Which ring? Which ring? He said the closest ring. No, don't touch
The
it.
closest ring. The really small one.
Yeah. Where do I want to turn it? Yeah. Where do I put it?
Okay.
Yeah.
What does he mean?
It's like a...
What does that do?
Ladies and gentlemen, please have your attention. The NCAA requires all registered sports officials to enforce the sportsmanship rules for coaches and contestants. Actions meant to demean opposing players, teams, spectators, and officials that are not in the highest ideals of interscholastic education and will not be tolerated on grounds for removal from the building. Let today's contest reflect mutual respect. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Teamer Field at Conestoga High School, where tonight, in cooperation with the PIAA, District 1, and Central League, we present a football game between the Royals of Upper Darby High School and your Conestoga Pioneers. The Royals are coached by Daryl Delaney, while your Pioneers are coached by Mr. Scott G. At this time, would you please rise, remove your hat, and feel free to join in the playing of our national anthem by the award-winning Conestoga High School Marching Band.
No, he says zoom in on slogan.
Play ball.
Why are you not on the field?
Welcome to Teamer Field in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, where tonight it is all about redemption. The Conestoga Pioneers and the Upper Darby Royals both stumbled out of the gates in Week 1, but now they've got a chance to reset the tone for their season. For Conestoga, it's about defending home turf. For Upper Darby, it's about proving they can go on the road and steal one. Two proud programs, one Thursday night stage, and one will walk away with that first win. I'm Aiden Meyer, joined by Corey Hogan, and we have another good one for you tonight, Corey.
Yeah, super excited tonight. We have a tale of two teams tonight looking for their first win of the season. Super excited to be here. We're going to head down to Audrey on the sideline where she has some information about the game ahead.
Thanks, Aiden and Corey. What a nice night it is out on Teamer for this game. Earlier, I spoke to head coach Scott G. and senior captain Justin Schwartz, and they told me that the keys to winning this game were really setting the tone early on by playing physical, delivering blows, and really just playing their authentic selves. Also, just having fun is the main idea. Thank you. That's all for me, and back to the booth.
Thank you, Audrey. As I mentioned, Upper Darby took a tough loss to Ben Salem in Week 1, losing to a score to 19-7. As we all know, our Conestoga Pioneers took a tough loss in Week 1 as well, right here on Teamer against OJR 32-10. That is now 6 straight losses for the Pioneers, dating back to last year, Corey.
Yeah, we got some key headlines heading into this game. Conestoga is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings against the Royals, but the last season went the Upper Darby's way. Key kind of information for tonight: Jackson Schmoyer, a key piece of the Conestoga offense, is out with an injury to the shoulder. Well, I wonder how the Pioneers are going to bounce back, and here we go.
Absolutely. First play of the game. Under center for Brian Ford is handed off to Christian Crump for about a 5-yard gain. You mentioned a crucial backfield injury for the Pioneers of Jackson Schmoyer within the backfield.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to split up the carries today. Schmoyer is a big part of that offense. I wonder, are they going to pass it more? Are they going to run it more? We're going to kind of see the direction they head.
Absolutely. Many weapons in that backfield. You have Christian Crump, Joel Kwan, and Haidt Lang alone, alongside Brian Ford using his legs to get downfield as well. 2nd and 4 now from the 31 of the Pioneers. Motion Crump in the backfield. Hands off to Crump. He breaks forward, and he will be taken down just inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line, and it will be 3rd down for this Pioneer offense.
Yeah, Pioneers trying to get some motion in the backfield. Opens up a small crease in the offensive line, is able to get a small gain, making this a manageable 3rd and 1 opportunity.
Absolutely. And for those joining late, we are right here at Teamer Field in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Week 2 of high school football right here for the PIAA 6A district. The Conestoga Pioneers taking on the Upper Darby Royals in our first drive of the game in the hands of Brian Ford and the Pioneer offense. 3rd and 1 now on the Pioneer 34. Ford under center. Ford hangs it off to Lang, and Lang will plow through, and that should be an automatic 1st down for the Pioneers.
Yep, pounding it right up the gut to start off this game. Looks like a solid game plan to start. Will they continue? It looks like they can right now. I also want to see if Upper Darby is going to make any adjustments, close up the interior offensive line. Let's see how this next one turns out.
Absolutely. The first down of this game. Last week, Pioneers were unable to get a 1st down on their first drive, but good to see them coming out strong in week 2. We've already seen many weapons used in the backfield within Christian Crump and Haidt Lang. Ford once again under center. Crump in motion once again. This time it goes to Lang. He breaks right, and he will plow through the middle for a gain of about 5 or 6, and it'll be down just at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, similar setup to a play they ran just a few moments ago. Instead of tossing out to Crump, they hand the ball inside for a nice small gain to set up a manageable 2nd down.
Absolutely. This Pioneer offense, a 97% run rate when Ford is under center. Ran about 70% of the time last week against Owen J.R. Roads. Ford under center once again. Quan in the backfield, yet to get a carry, but soon, most definitely we will. Quan right there, plows up the middle, and he is stopped right once again at the 42-yard line. It will be 3rd and just about 5.
Yeah, Stoga's really attacking this defensive line of the Royals. He's going to have an opportunity to get more carries for Quan here. 3rd and 5. Let's see if they can convert.
Absolutely. All plays rushing so far, not a single pass thrown by Ford. Pioneers totaled about 98 total yards on offense last week here on Teamer's turf. 31 of those yards coming in the hands of Haidt Lang, Jackson Schmoyer, Christian Crump, and others as they rush down the field for a total of 31 yards. Shotgun formation for the Pioneers with Ford and Lang in the backfield. Quan motion. Snap to Ford. He rolls right, looking for options. He looks downfield, but he is taken down. A strong tackle. That is number 5 on Upper Darby.
Yeah, Ford rolls out right, surveys the defense, but there's no available wide receivers, and he is taken down. Looks like Conestoga's bringing out the punting team.
A big tackle there on 3rd down for Osmond DeFay. Fourth and 8 on their own 39 for the Pioneers. Luca Liberato and the punt team out now. Snap to Liberato. Liberato is up and away. Draws back a little bit. That ball will roll. A beautiful punt by Liberato. Let's see how far it will go. It will go just inside the 2-yard line. And that is exactly what you want if you're Conestoga.
Wow, that is very impressive. Sets up the Conestoga defense well here. Upper Darby offense is squished inside their own 5-yard line. They're going to need to break out. Potential for a safety on a great blitz here from Conestoga.
Now our first look at this Pioneer defense here in week 2, giving the position exactly what they wanted, led by Travis Jones and Justin Schwartz, 2 of the captains here on this Pioneer defense. Sixth straight year these two teams are meeting. Stoga has won 4 out of the last 5, but Upper Darby was able to take a win 22-20 last year, and that was on Upper Darby's home turf. Ball snapped, and it's in the end zone, and it will be covered by Conestoga. Touchdown, Pioneers!
Wow. That's a nice way to start off the scoring tonight. Ball goes right through the quarterback's hands and straight into the Pioneers defense. Swallowed up quickly, quick to the ball, and that's a quick 6 for the Pioneers.
And right as I looked at my notes to give praise to Jasmarty Martinez that he's looked good in warm-ups, some miscommunication there inside his own 2-yard line, and that will be 6-0 Pioneers with Rayan Irani coming out now to give the extra point. Irani was 2 for 2 last week, drilling a 35-yarder against O&J Roberts. Went alongside an extra point as well.
I didn't see that. I thought it was just a fire catch. I didn't know that we were.
Irani with just about over 7 minutes here from the 20 yards out. It is up and it is good. 7-0 Conestoga. Just the start that you would wanted right here on Teamer on this Thursday.
Yeah, straight through the uprights. A solid high school kicker is hard to find, and Rayon starts off his season perfect. Straight through the uprights, great snap, great hold, and that's what you're looking for. Pioneers up 7-0.
Absolutely. If you're Coach G, nothing to be mad or angry about so far. 7-0, maybe not the offensive drive that you were looking for, but nothing much better than you can get right there on defense as a defensive touchdown you will never complain about. So defense seeming to do the job for the offense already. The defense had a tough week last week against O&J Roberts, but hopefully they are able to get it together this week and come out with a win here on Teamer. As I mentioned, that defense allowed about 370 yards last week against O&J Roberts. That was in rushing alone in the hands of Makai Graham, the 3-star prospect out of O&J Roberts' backfield. He was a crucial part against the Pioneers, as this time Irani will kick it away once again to the Royals. It will be caught just inside the 15-yard line and returned along the right side. He finds a hole. Flag is thrown, but he will be taken down just inside the Royal 40.
Yep, interested to see what this flag is. He broke through a small crease at the 40-yard line. Able to get a beautiful return. Let's see if this is going to come back to haunt them.
Absolutely. Much needed leadership coming off of that week 1 loss. We heard it from Audrey. These upperclassmen are going to need to step up within Conestoga and the Pioneers, as we will have a holding call once again up against Upper Darby, and it will position them further in their own half.
An interesting start for Upper Darby. Tough. You'd never want to start with a fumble like that, but let's see if this quarterback's resilient enough to get things going for this offense.
Jasmarty Martinez in the backfield takes a shotgun snap and hands it off. This time he's rolling left, and he will break free. He finds a hole, and he will be taken down at just about the 40-yard line of the Pioneers. That is Abdur Rashid of Upper Darby as he finds the hole on the left side and takes it for a rush of about 15.
Unique setup. This quarterback's got 2 running backs, one to his right, one to his left. A lot of options out of this backfield.
So the senior running back finds a hole early for the Upper Darby Royals, hoping to limit the miscommunication so far in this first quarter. Shotgun snap once again to Martinez. He rolls right. This time once again is Abdur Rashid, and he will be taken down just at about the 45-yard line.
Breaking outside, a little bit of deferring run styles. It seems like Upper Darby is trying to get outside of the tackles, break out for long yardage outside runs. The Conestoga is pounding the ball up the middle. It's a first down and a solid gain to start this next set of downs. Upper Darby looking to be successful on the ground to start this game.
All rushing so far for this Royal offense. Much expected behind this huge O-line front for the Royals, led by Michael Hoyt, number 56, the senior nose guard. Martinez once again takes it. This time it's handed off. Missed tackles in the backfield, and he will be taken down and wrapped up, but falling forward for even more yards and taken down just about midfield. Corey, we've seen in our past weeks against O&J Roberts the struggle within Conestoga and just being able to wrap up and tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, that's a play that could have been a tackle for loss or straight up in the backfield, but the running back here is able to break free, getting a few more yards, making this 3rd and 1 a lot more manageable for the offense.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 now for Martinez and this Royal offense on their own 49-yard line, with just about 5 minutes left to go here in the opening first quarter. Shotgun snap once again for the Royals to Martinez. It is handed off, taken up the middle. He finds a hole, going left, Crump on that tackle and be taken down at about the Pioneer 45.
Yep, solid use of the run game here for the Royals. Doing a good job bouncing back from an early fumble. They're marching up and down this field right now.
Tajay Bird, the senior running back on that carry, gets the first down for the Royals and into Pioneer territory. Once again, another shotgun snap, motion in the Darby backfield. This time it'll be handed off, finding up the middle, and for about a 5-yard gain for the Royal offense.
Yeah, it seems like every run for this Royal team is a 5-yard gain. That's a recipe for success. They're giving the quarterback a lot of options in this backfield, and he's making the right reads this time.
Absolutely. We mentioned last week this Pioneer defense letting up about 490 yards of total offense, 377 of them coming from rushing and using their feet in that OJR backfield. But we have moved on, and we are here in week 2 here on Teamer. 7-0 Pioneers. Hoping to make another stop against this Royal offense. 2nd and 5 now. Martinez making his reads. Shotgun snap. He drops back. He looks. He fires. He's looking downfield. This ball will be caught. It'll be inside the 10-yard line for Upper Darby. The first pass play of the game for a gain of about 40 yards. It'll be ruled incomplete as we thought it was caught. That was number 10 on Upper Darby, Mustafa Dabo, hoping to reel it in for Upper Darby, but great defense there by Conestoga.
Yeah, that's exactly why you finish the play out, able to poke the ball out, make that an incomplete pass. Great throw there from quarterback Sally. Very impressive. Almost brought it down from the receiver, but it shows us Upper Darby has some threats from the wide receiver position.
Absolutely. Almost looking like a You Got Moss segment early in this game. But luckily for him, it was an incomplete pass. And once again, another shotgun snap for the Pioneers. Martinez drops back once again. This time he dishes it off. He'll go right. Height Lang able to wrap up and make a tackle. He will fall forward for the first down, but it is promising to see Lang hoping to lead this Pioneer defense in wrapping up and making tackles early on.
That'll be a first down for the Royals. Ball be placed on the 34-yard line in Conestoga territory. 3 minutes to go here.
This Pioneer defense already looking better than week 1 against O&J Roberts. Upper Darby looking to slow down right here, led by Jasmani Martinez in the backfield. A 3 senior backfield for the Royals. 1st and 10 on the Pioneer 34. Martinez once again dishes it off. This time he finds a hole and will be falling once again for a first down for the Royals.
Yeah, this running game is quite impressive. Seeping through the middle of the field, Derby is doing a really good job seeking gaps and breaking into the second level. The Conestoga linebackers are taking an extra second to bring down running backs, giving them extra yards.
Absolutely, and almost looking like Derrick Henry, even though he gets wrapped up, seeming always to fall forward, gain another 2 or 3 yards for this Darby offense. Just outside, 2 minutes to go here at Teamer Field in beautiful Berwyn, Pennsylvania. It is 7-0 Conestoga. Martinez looking to slow it down once again. Martinez, play action. He looks downfield. He fires. End zone. It is caught. It'll be touchdown for Upper Darby.
Wow, that is a connection with the outside. Very impressive throw. Very impressive catch. Sneaks his toes in the back of the end zone. Puts the Upper Darby Royals on the board. What a drive to bounce back from that early fumble in his own end zone. Able to tie this game up.
Absolutely. So Upper Darby is able to regroup, reset, and answer back against this Pioneer defense. Awaiting this extra point, it'll be a tie game here on Teamer.
Yeah, I want to take a second to shout out Amir Crooks with an excellent catch. That is not easy, especially with the defender in your face, able to get the feet down. I am impressed.
Absolutely, able to take it down. That's good on Sundays too, Corey. Able to get 2 feet in and secure those 6 points for the Royal offense. Timeout taken here by Upper Darby as there seems to be some miscommunication within this extra point team. Corey, we watched this kicking unit for Upper Darby early on as they were able to get it going. And he was drilling extra points in warm-ups.
Yeah, maybe an issue with the substitutions. Maybe had one too many players. Wasn't able to get a look on it there.
So it'll be Cameron Thomas lining up for the Upper Darby extra point after that incredible touchdown, answering back against this Conestoga defense. Thomas lines up, the kick is up, and it is good. 7-7 here on Teamer.
Yeah. Conestoga is able to keep this close, though, with a nice beat and to start off this game. They're going to get the ball back here, needing a good offensive drive to keep this Upper Darby Royal momentum on the sideline to keep this offense off the field.
Absolutely. Excuse me on this pass drive. We had some technical difficulties within our roster and within our own side. That is Safai Sally on the quarterback for Upper Darby. So showing great leadership early for this Upper Darby offense. I apologize for that misconvenience, but able to leave it and answer back. 7-7 here on Teamer. So Thomas once again lines up just under 2 minutes to go here in your first quarter. Upper Darby is ready to go alongside this feisty Pioneer pit here at Teamer Field. Thomas kicks it away. It'll be caught. Quan rolling back. He catches it just inside the 5 off the ground. He's got nobody blocking in front of him, and he will be brought down at about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate bounce. Not really sure what you're supposed to do there, but he makes the most out of a terrible situation. Able to get ahead for a little bit. They're going to start this drive at the 15-yard line. Not ideal, but not pinned up against their goal line like the Upper Darby possession a few moments ago.
So we've already seen one disadvantage within field position on Upper Darby on their first drive, having some miscommunication, snapping it off the chest of Sally and into their own end zone and recovered for a Pioneer touchdown. But this Pioneer offense unable to get points so far. Shotgun formation for the Pioneers and Brian Ford with Lang in his backfield right on his right side. Snap forward, he drops back, looks in the direction of Crump. This time it is a screen pass to Lang, but it will be wrapped up and dropped. And that is number 52 for Upper Darby, Isaiah Swain.
Royals defense all over that play for a loss of 2 yards. Conestoga doesn't need to figure something out to break through this defense.
So that screen pass, Corey, we saw it, a reception 2 times by Jackson Schmoyer, able to get the limited passing yards that we saw the last week against Owen J. Roberts, only having about 67 within 4 receptions, but Schmoyer having 2 of those, both within screen passes. He's out injured today, seeing Quan in the backfield alongside Lang, as Ford is under center here on second down. Second down to 12. It is Lang once again, and he is in the backfield and swallowed up by this
Yeah, I know that
defense.
That is quite an impressive tackle. Sniffing out the play. A little bit of motion, wasn't able to fool the defense here. I like that tackle. 2 straight losses on the first and second down. 3rd and 15, not set up great. Let's see if they're going to make a play to get a first down.
Brian Ford comes to the sideline to discuss, hoping to get this first down on 3rd and 15 on their own 10. Seconds ticking down here in your first quarter, as we are tied 7-7 here on Teamer. Shotgun snap once again for Ford. Ford drops back. This time it's thrown. It is high in the direction of Luca Liberato. A much-needed completion to get yards and go upfield, but this time it'll be incomplete. And Luca Liberato, who just was missed on that pass, will be punting this ball away right back to the Royal offense.
Yeah, would have been nice to bring that one down. It looks like they're going to definitely have to punt here. We're going to rotate sides of the field because that is the end of the first quarter.
Absolutely, a better first quarter than you could have imagined if you watched week 1 for this Pioneers. And as we all saw, they had a week long of practice right here on Thursday night. They came out unable to get it done on their first drive, but they got it done on their first defensive stop within miscommunication of this Darby offense, and they got it going. And we are here tied 7-7, Corey.
Yeah, we do have a 7-7 score, but it does feel like Upper Darby has a control of this game. 4th and 15 for the Pioneers. They haven't been able to get anything going on the offensive side of the ball. Their 7 points coming from a fumble early in the first quarter. Really looking for them to get something going offensively. They're kind of aiming to run the ball up the middle right now. Not a lot of variability, in their offense. Upper Darby looking to get the ball back here on this punt, and maybe can push this tie into a deficit for the Pioneers.
Absolutely. So as we switch sides, as I mentioned, it'll be Liberato back to punt it away inside his own end zone for the Pioneers. Liberato this punt is punted away. It is a short punt. It will go right out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. And this Royal offense will get unbelievable field position right here on Teamer.
Yeah, there is no offensive coordinator or quarterback that would be upset with starting a possession inside their offensive half. Let's see if they can break this tie open here. Looked very promising this last drive on offense. If they're in a rhythm, this quarterback, Sally, is doing a very impressive job. I want to see if he's going to keep this momentum going, not only in the run game, but the passing game they've shown to have.
Absolutely, as we saw on that touchdown thrown by Sally. An unbelievable catch as well by Crooks, able to get 2 feet in. And now here on their 3rd possession. This time it is a Wildcat offense. He rolls right once again, unable to find his direction. Stiff arms again, and he will be taken down as he falls upfield and getting a momentum first down for the Royal offense.
Yeah, that is running with a purpose. Throwing Conestoga defenders left and right, breaks up the right sideline. What looked like could have been a 3-yard gain, he powers through for a first down.
And that was Azim Spicer able to plow through this Pioneer defense. Use his big body, stiff arm people, and fall forward for this first down. Spicer looking like he once again will line up in this backfield. Motion once again. Spicer this time. Same exact Wildcat. Rolls right. This time he was swallowed up, but falling forward again for about 6 or 7 yards for this Pioneer defense.
Yeah, contact isn't coming until the second level for this Pioneer defense. They're running the ball seamlessly through the first level, getting through this offensive line, and then being brought down a lot closer and closer to the sticks.
And you've got to be happy if you're any coach on the Royal sideline, seeing the guys in their backfield every time they get tackled, able to fall forward and get another first down or get a couple extra yards that can no doubt be helpful for Upper Darby. Sally returns to the field here on Teamer as he is in shotgun formation with this Royal offense. This time he hits it off, and the ball is on the fall, and it'll be covered by the Pioneers. Once again, another miscommunication moment for Upper Darby, and the momentum is in the Pioneer hands.
Wow. An attempt of a run, slicing through the middle. That's 2 unforced errors for the Royals. Maybe the reason this game is still in the balance. You got to hold on to the ball there. Unable to break outside the tackles and lose the ball. We have Pioneer football and Pioneer offense on the field.
And Corey, that was Mikey Evitz able to recover the fumble recovery for the Pioneers. He is actually taking place of Jackson Schmoyer at right outside linebacker, who is out due to injury. So an unbelievable play right there by Mikey Evitz. Ford once again goes under center. Lang again in his backfield. This time he is able to get this Upper Darby Royals offense to jump, and it will be 5 yards forward.
Good job there. Messing with the defensive front, able to sneak a few yards, set up a small win, and better field position for this next down.
So now instead of 1st and 10 on their own 27, it will be 1st and 5 on their own 32. Just outside, 10 minutes remaining here in your second quarter. Ford once again under center. Ford gives it to Lang. Lang goes left, plows forward, but he is trucked and stopped just about the 35.
Yeah, that's a very impressive tackle. David Idahan with a tough stick. He is very hyped up about that play. Still yelling at his sideline. He's hungry out there, ready to make important plays.
And as we mentioned, a key to the game for this Conestoga whole entire team and lineup is going to need to be getting that offense going. Before this drive, only having 8 total yards of offense. But still being a tied game here, 7-7. It is tied off to Lang once again, and he was swallowed up. Never had a shot of getting past that D-line front of Upper Darby. And it will be 3rd down.
Yeah, this defensive line is just seeping through the Conestoga front. It seems like they got a hand on every rusher before they can even break the line of scrimmage.
So it was 1st and 5, Corey, and now it's 3rd and 3.
I'm not too good at math, but that's 1 yard per play. That's not what you're looking for as an offense.
Absolutely not. Getting a 1st and 5, getting able to make this Royal defense jump off sides.
You got a stoppage on the field.
And it looks, Corey, as actually we had a coach on the field that seems to be the ref had some miscommunication with. There'll be a flag on the play, and we will see what happens here within the field position. Looks like it will not change. It'll be 3rd and 3. Unnecessary flag seeming there by the referee.
It looked like it may have been a warning.
This time, snap is fumbled by Lang. Let's see who has it. It is possession of Upper Darby. It will be Upper Darby football at just about the 35-yard line. 3 turnovers so far here on Teamer's turf.
Yeah, it's a tale of unforced errors. Seems like the team is going to be able to hold on to the football and keep this possessions or the turnover battle down as you be able to pull this game out. Both offenses at a standstill right now. Can't seem to hold on to it.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for the Royal offense. Timeout, Pioneers taken with just about 9 minutes remaining here in your second, Corey. What do you think this Pioneer head coach, Coach G, is going to be talking to this Pioneer lineup about?
Just going to be talking about being physical. It seems like the defensive line here for the Royals is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, seeping through the offensive line, getting their hands on runners. That is a problem if you're looking for Conestoga, especially if you're going to try to get some momentum going upfield. You're not able to open up anything with a poorly performing offensive line. I would say that's a big point of conversation in this huddle. Let's see if they can capitalize going forward.
So Upper Darby having 92 total yards of offense against this Pioneer defense. So far, although maybe sounding positive, they do have 2 turnovers under their belt within 2 fumbles. Once again, this Pioneer defense will trot back out onto the field after their timeout, hoping to regroup and reset with just about 9 minutes left in here in your second quarter. Martinez once again, shotgun snap. Martinez hands it off. He'll be rolling right. And it will be taken down. This time a flag on the play. So we'll see what this flag will be resulting. Looks like it is up against this Upper Darby offense. Refs discussing. Holding up against Upper Darby, and it will be now 1st and 15 on their own, on Pioneer 41.
Getting some statistics just in. Upper Darby offense averaging 7.9 yards per play. That is very impressive. Shocking how they only have 7 points on the board. It seems like if they could just hold onto the ball and keep the ball out of the Pioneers' defense's hands, they could have a lot more points right now, maybe crack this lead open. I'd love to see that going forward.
So Sally, once again, he drops back. Looks, he fires downfield. This ball is caught. He will be taken down. No, he won't, and he will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Upper Darby.
That is a connection again. This quarterback is all over the field, seeing all of his options. What a throw. Looking at this kid's a sophomore. Wow, this kid is impressive. He knows what he's doing. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Absolutely. That was Shamar Purnell on that reception for Upper Darby. So once again, this Upper Darby offense able to get something going here as Cameron Thomas will once again trot out for his second extra point of the day. 20 yards out, Thomas lines it up. This one is blocked by Conestoga. So maybe once again some momentum going in the hands of the Pioneer sideline. Corey, what do you think this Pioneer offense needs to get going to maybe answer back and get some points on the board for the Pioneers?
Not totally sure at the moment. Their defense isn't even doing a terrible job. Obviously some miscommunication in the secondary. They able to force a fumble a few moments ago. This Pioneer offense seems like the best option they have right now is to keep this Royals offense off the field, stretching out a few possessions, hopefully getting into the red zone and making plays. They're not even able to get out of their own half at this moment, leading to a lot of punts. I'd love to see a few maybe outside runs, maybe even a shot downfield in the passing game. Anything to take this Upper Darby defense. They seem to be anticipating every play. I'd love to see a shake-up in the rhythm.
Absolutely. Cameron Thomas lines up to kick it away here with about 8 minutes left here in your second quarter. Thomas is ready to go. He will kick it away. This time a squib kick. It'll be picked up by Quan just inside his 20-yard line. Looking for blocks. He breaks inside, but he is swarmed and taken down at about the 27.
Solid return. Conestoga Waltz is out on the field looking for a change in the momentum. I'd love to see Ford here take control of this game. Let's see a highlight play. Let's give the student section something they want to see.
Absolutely. Ford, a captain this year, the junior starting quarterback, needing to show some leadership for this Pioneer offense to get something going. 1st and 10 now, just inside the 30. Ford under center once again. This time it'll be handed off. Lang will fire up the middle, breaking some tackles and falling forward for a gain of about 9.
Yeah, giving Upper Darby a taste of their own medicine, pounding the ball up the middle. I'd love to see it keep going. 2nd and 1. That's the kind of stat to take a shot down the field. Interested to see this next play call.
Absolutely. 2nd and 1 now for this Pioneer offense, led by Brian Ford and the captain, Justin Schwartz. Ford hands off to Lang. Once again, he will fire up the middle. Bull rushes forward, and it will be a 1st down for the Pioneers.
Good start to the drive, changing up the flow a little bit. They are marching right now up to the 38-yard line. Long way to go, but it looks promising as of right now.
If you're just joining in, we are here on Teamer Field in beautiful Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Your score, Upper Darby 13, Conestoga Pioneers 7, with just about 7 minutes left here in your first half. Ford under center, once again with Lang in the backfield. Ford dishes it off to Lang once again. He will roll left, and this time it'll be stopped on the inside at just about the 45-yard line.
Upper Darby sitting on the run there, threw a few more in the box, sniffs it out. Still a solid gain of 3.
2nd down and 7 now for the Pioneers. Ball spotted just inside the 45-yard line. Ford needing to get something going, as Corey, you mentioned a highlight reel play maybe, or just something to get this momentum going on this Pioneer sideline. Ford under center once again. Ford will this time play action and rolls left. Looks Crump. He throws to Crump. This time it is incomplete. He had him open, but just overfired and went over the head, and will be 3rd down now.
He's definitely open. A little miscommunication maybe on the route. A few feet over his head, unable to complete the pass. 3rd and 7. Maybe a similar play call here. Need to move the chains because the Upper Darby offense is rolling. Got to keep them off the field as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Once again, another crucial 3rd down here for Conestoga. This time, Quan in the backfield. Motion taken within Crump. This time dish it off to Lang. Once again, he will move forward, cuts inside, finding holes, but he will be taken down just short and falling backwards at about the 47-yard line, and it will bring up 4th down here for Conestoga.
In a slow day for the Pioneer offense, Lang is breaking through. Very impressive rushes so far in this game. Are they keeping the offense out here?
Looks like it. Brian Ford is trotting back out. It's 4th and 2 at exactly the 50-yard line. So just about under 6 minutes left to play here in your first half. And the biggest play of the game, you could say, Corey, this time for Ford and Conestoga. Wildcat. Ford rolls right. This time he will try to fall forward, and it will be 1st down, Conestoga.
Great job Ford, taking it in his own hands, breaks to the outside, breaks a tackle in the backfield, but gets the 1st down.
Absolutely, for that junior quarterback, as we mentioned, one of the team captains this year, and a big play right there, leading his team for another set of downs on Royal territory. Conestoga looking to get this offense going once again. Getting restless within their sideline and their shooting section, hoping to answer back within this offense. We've seen the big plays the defense can make, but hopefully they can get something going here. Ford is under center once again, motion Crump. Dished off to Crump, moving left. This time he will cut inside, break a few tackles, but ultimately be taken down, and will bring up 2nd down.
these Conestoga running backs are getting some momentum, but these pitch plays, they're catching the ball 2 to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So it may look from the eye that they're gaining some yardage, but they are starting low behind the line of scrimmage. So they're just a gain of 1, setting up a 2nd down with 9 yards to go.
Absolutely. Once again, a heavy rush offense within Conestoga, hoping to break through with another big run, or maybe get the passing game going here as it is shotgun formation with Brian Ford and Joel Kwan in the backfield. Laying in motion. Snap once again. Ford rolling left. He finds a hole. He will take it up the sideline, only be taken up for about 3 or 4 yards, but it will bring up 3rd down once again for Conestoga.
Yeah, that is calm under pressure. Upper Darby white jerseys all over him. He sneaks around to the sideline and picks up a few yards, setting up the Conestoga offense for a manageable 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd and 8, like you mentioned, Corey, looking to us and looking to maybe the viewers that he gained about 4 yards there, but once again, only a gain of 1. 3rd and 8 here for Conestoga. Height Lang in the backfield alongside Brian Ford. Ford looking for a timeout, and he will get it. There seems to be some miscommunication on the sideline within the coaching staff and the Pioneer offenses. Corey, what do you think that they just need to get going to possibly answer back and get another big 3rd down right here?
I like the ball in Height Lang's hands here. He's been a consistent force for the Pioneer offense. Don't know if a rush will get him the yardage, but it could certainly help their chances. Maybe a pass out of the backfield, something getting the ball in his hands, because he has been a light for this dark offense for right now.
Absolutely. Hoping to see this passing offense as well for the Pioneers get going, as we are just inside 4 minutes here at Teamer Field. A long timeout taken here by Conestoga. But a much more positive mood and take here at Teamer Field in beautiful Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Both teams looking for redemption in week 2, hoping to get another week 2 win to hopefully even out their record and become 500. Stoga averaging about 2 yards per play so far. Not something that you would like to see or hear if you're a team or offense trying to answer back and get points on the scoreboard. Lang once again alongside Brian Ford in shotgun formation. Snap to Ford. He rolls right. Lang hoping to catch a block. Ford dishes inside. He will fall forward, but it will bring up 4th down as the Royals are hyped up. And like I mentioned, Corey, last week, we were high school football, so there's that 50 to 35 yard territory where it might be a little far for a field goal, but a little short for a punt. And looks like they will go for it once again on 4th down, but looking to talk it over.
Yeah, certainly that range where it's a little too far for the average high school kicker, but definitely a little too close for a punt. It seems like that last play call kind of foreshadowed the Pioneers' willingness to go for it here on the 4th down. I'm intrigued to see whose hands they put the ball in for this next play.
Absolutely. So that timeout was taken by Upper Darby, hoping to shut them down this time on 4th down. We saw Ford use his legs to gain yardage and move the sticks for the Pioneer offense last time. Coach G talking it over with his team, hoping to get something going. Three and a half minutes left here in your first half on this beautiful Thursday night at Teamer Field. Brian Ford on a crucial 3rd down, alone in the backfield here, 4th and 5 for this Pioneer offense. Second one of the drive. Shotgun snap to Ford. He looks left. He rolls left. This time it is thrown to Quan. It is caught Quan will try to plow forward, but he will not go anywhere, and it'll be turnover on downs, and the ball will be handed in the lap of this Royal offense.
Yeah, that play went south right from the snap. Not a lot of open receivers, not a lot of available yards for the Pioneers to take. They needed 5 and end up with -1. Royals have the ball with 3:25 left. Plenty of time for this quarterback to march up the field and extend this lead going into the half.
Absolutely. We see in that replay, and we've seen so far, Corey, this O-line front for the Pioneers absolutely getting demolished by Upper Darby. Brian Ford feeling the pressure right away as we see him every time having to immediately roll left to right and trying to find a quick receiver and looking for those checkdowns almost immediately every single time. It'll be motion in the backfield. It'll be a great play call by the Upper Darby Royals, and he will break down and will be first down for Upper Darby at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he cuts in, he cuts out, and he seeps through this defense. Very impressive run there from Abdur Rashid. Very impressive run. And this kind of offense, having quarterback with a downfield threat arm is very helpful, especially in a 3-minute segment. They're marching up at this field. I like their chances of finding the end zone here before the half.
Absolutely. We've seen, like you mentioned, that dual threat within the arm and the feet of Safai Sally of Upper Darby, hoping to see maybe a passing game more evident within the Conestoga offense. Sally this time dropping back, showing off the arm. Once again, he will, this time it'll be incomplete, bringing up second down.
He had a receiver on the outside, throws it a little bit short. Goodness coming out. The clock does stop, allowing this offense to reset, get a play call they feel comfortable with, and head into a 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 35-yard line.
That time looking like a pass almost forced to Amir Crooks. The junior receiver who already has a touchdown here today, as we saw him with that toe tap in the back of the end zone in the first quarter. 13-7 here for Upper Darby, hoping to extend their lead. Shotgun snap once again here to Sally. This time he will dish it off to Rashid Rahid, and he will be forced out of bounds at exactly the 39-yard line.
Yeah, every time the ball touches his hands, you know something special is about to happen. Breaks outside for a 5-yard gain. It's impressive what this Upper Darby offense is doing, averaging nearly 12 yards per play. That's not something you see every day in the high school football game.
So we've already seen it evident today, Corey. Another crucial 3rd down here in that high school kicker range, as we call it here on Teamer. Sally not alone in the backfield. Abdur Rashid once again on his left-hand side. This time he will drop back, looking, he fires, and it will be caught. And for a first down, he falls at about the 21-yard line. It is Azim Spicer with another completion.
Spicer's got a full package. You see him running out of the backfield earlier in this game, but now he's catching the ball on the outside. This kid can do it all.
Absolutely, already having a touchdown today, showing his toughness, breaking tackles earlier in this quarter. That made the game 13-7, but they were unable to make it 14-7 with the extra point. Once again, shot by Sally. It's time. It's one-on-one coverage, and that is Spicer. And as we all know, he's tough, he's rough, and he will walk in for his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Mentioned him earlier. That kid is special. Simply throws the Conestoga defender to the side and waltzes into the end zone for an easy 6.
Spicer showing his absolute toughness. The senior receiver using the stiff arm like it was Madden and walking into the end zone.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more of a college football guy. I'm definitely throwing some stiff arms when I'm playing some video games.
So Cameron Thomas will walk once again onto the field for his 3rd attempt of the day. 1 for 2, blocked on his 2nd attempt last time. Thomas lines it up. This time it is up, and it is good. So it'll be 20-7 here in favor of the Upper Darby Royals. Corey, a 2-minute drill now here for this Conestoga offense. Do we look for a field goal or do you look for the touchdown and look for it all as we go into the halftime?
If I'm the Pioneers, I'm taking anything I can get. Though a touchdown does bring this to a one-possession game, a field goal certainly sets them up better for the second half. You got to get the ball out quick. You got to see the out of bounds to keep the keep the clock stopped. They have the ability to march down the field. I hope they can do it.
So as we already saw, maybe a crucial field goal taken here by Rayan Irani. He already made one earlier today. Hoping just something to get points here on the scoreboard for Conestoga. Thomas will line up once again at the 40-yard line, ready to kick this one away and get ready for this 2-minute drill by the Conestoga Pioneer offense. This time an onside kick, hoping to catch the Pioneer defense on guard, but it'll be recovered. Hands team coming up quick there for Conestoga.
A puzzling attempt from the Royals. Conestoga, who has been struggling on the offensive end, you give them better field position to march down with only 1:49 on the clock. Not exactly sure what the coaching staff for Upper Darby is trying here, but certainly something you wouldn't expect as a receiving player.
Absolutely, Corey. Upper Darby hoping to find Conestoga sleeping, but luckily for Conestoga, Nico Perrin was there to hop on the football and gain possession for Conestoga. .35 total yards for offense for Conestoga. Quan alongside Ford once again in shotgun formation with just under 2 minutes here to go on Teamer. Ford finding his pocket presence, this time steps up using his legs. He will slide and gain about 4 or 5 yards at about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, he's dropping back to pass, but he's forced to make quick reads because this Upper Darby defense is seeping through the offensive line and getting their hands on him in a matter of seconds. He's making the best of what he's got. Unfortunately, he does have receivers open, but he's forced to run the ball.
Absolutely. We see this Conestoga defense, or offense, running the ball a good amount, which is good if you have plenty of time to slow the game down. But as we mentioned, creeping upon just under 1 minute, this ball will be thrown in the backfield. And we saw the difficulties within the center position and Brian Ford having communication. His frustration is shown, and not exactly what you needed there for Conestoga. A crushing play.
Time is ticking down, and for a moment there we thought, maybe Conestoga's be able to get some points on the board. Now they're just hoping not to give the ball back to this Royal offense, because we know they have the firepower to score in just a matter of seconds. They've shown it with their passing ability. Conestoga, some visible frustration on the sideline. Not happy with that snap. I'm sure the coach has got a few words for them. They need to get things together if they want to make a game out of this.
So an offense that was just about their 42-yard line with about 2nd and 5, with about 1.5 minutes to go, is now under 1 minute on their own 27, down by 13, and 3rd and 20. Not exactly what you're looking for going into halftime. Upper Darby hoping just to contain this offense, of Conestoga. And if you're Conestoga in that timeout huddle, hoping for a miracle-type play just to get on the board going into this halftime break. It'll be Lang once again alongside Ford. 3rd and 20. Shotgun snap to Ford. It'll be hanged off to Lang. Lang will fire up the middle. A great run if it was first down, but it is 3rd and about a country mile, and it will bring up 4th down here for the Pioneers.
Thing is, that's not even a terrible play, but it seems that every time this Conestoga offense puts 2 steps forward, they take 5 back. That's not a terrible offensive play, but it's not going to get them anywhere when they're 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now 4th and 16, time ticking down.
Time ticking down once again, 17, 16, 15. Looking like Conestoga will punt this one away with Luca Liberato. Just under 5 seconds now. Clock is rolling. And that will bring us into our halftime break. Corey, what do you think Conestoga just needs to talk over and go over in this locker room talk at halftime?
Yeah, well, this secondary is all over the place for the Pioneer defense. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of open receivers for the Royals, and this quarterback seems to be picking them apart. I'd love to see a conversation for the Pioneers about that specifically, but you're not going to get anywhere defensively if you can't put points up on the board. 7 points from your defense, by the way, isn't going to be enough to cut it, especially against a high-powering offense of the Royals.
Look at this beautiful referee. Oh, he's writing in his checkbook.
So as we will not actually be heading into our halftime break with about 1 second left here in the second quarter.
I'll just zoom in on the ref.
Conestoga running one play, 4th down. Ford being under center, he will kneel this one away for Conestoga. And that will officially send us into our halftime break. Corey, Conestoga down by 13. What do you think our Upper Darby on the other side has to keep going, keep doing to keep this pressure on Conestoga?
Yeah, keep the foot on the gas for the Royals. That's got to be the message at halftime here. The only thing holding them back from even more points is themselves. 2 unforced errors, one giving the Pioneers 7 points early in this game, and another giving the Pioneers prime field position. If they can stay out of their own way, I wouldn't be surprised if this lead just continues to grow.
Absolutely. So we head into halftime here on TETV in beautiful Berwyn, Pennsylvania, right here on Teamer Field of Conestoga High School. Your halftime score, Upper Darby 20, Conestoga High School 7. We will see you in our second half.
Alright, that's me and Aiden. If you want, you can still chill with us after.
I have to explain to you. Okay, so what you do is you gotta follow the play the whole time, but we're really only gonna flex on you on the play. So you see, if Brian Ford runs for 5 yards and gets tackled, you're on Brian Ford and follow him. But if he if he throws an incompletion, zoom in on it, just push it. Interception, zoom on the defender. Tackles for a loss or barely anything, zoom on the defender. Field goal, throwing the pick, and then when it's done, zoom on the defender. So you just gotta zoom in on the play.
Oh, my phone's still there. Can you hand me my phone? Phone. Yes. Thanks.
I was like, it's underneath everything.
Good evening. The Conestoga High School Marching Pioneers are proud to present their 2025 field show, Odds. We open the show with the soaring melody of Somewhere Over the Rainbow before we take a hard left turn and ease on down the road with the music from the biz. Finally, we close our show with the iconic and powerful selections, Delivered in High and Defying Gravity from Wicked. Marching band is under the direction of Mr. Christopher Nation, Assistant Director Mr. Henry Gonzalez, Visual Instructor Mr. Nathan Sugar, Color Guard Instructors Ms. Mary Ward, Gary Ferret, and Mrs. John Flores, Pit Instructor Ms. Lily Zoe, Drumline Instructor Mr. Simon Bernofsky, and Logistics Coordinators Mr. Timothy Gonzalez and Mr. Andrew Ward. Drum majors Katie Bro, Zach Costas, and Jake Sang. Is your band ready? And now, for your listening enjoyment, the Tredyffrin Easttown School District is proud to present the pride of Chester County, the Beast of the East, the Conestoga High School Marching Pioneers.
Yeah, I should have put the
Tilt this thing.
Darby down here. You want to sit?
Everybody was looking for you.
You were going for pizza, and I was like, where's Aiden? And I was asking people.
He scared me first, so I went looking for you. He's like, how are you looking for pizza? I was like, okay. Do your nice little halftime stretches. It's so good the whole time.
We welcome you back here to beautiful Berwyn, Pennsylvania, here on Teamer Field. We've had some struggles right here in the first half, Corey, haven't we?
We have. Conestoga starting off struggling. There are only 7 points coming from the defense on a crucial turnover in the Upper Darby end zone, scoring the 7 points. Upper Darby air raid, though, has been quite magnificent. We're going to pass it down to the field where Audrey Dyer has news about the first half, specifically from the head coach.
Thanks, guys. I talked to head coach Scott G before they went into the locker room to talk it out. I asked them how they felt after the first half and what they think they needed to do to, maybe improve the play. And basically what he said about how they felt was that he just felt that they weren't executing correctly and that, when there's a turnover, they need to really capitalize on, just making better plays, and they can't let the other team overrun them. As his point in the beginning was, don't let the other team control the play of the game. They need to, really just work together, be more aggressive, and just play more as a team and together. He said that for the second half, they hope to get more guys in to, maybe help the flow of the game and just change the momentum, so hopefully they can have a more successful and winning second half. That's all for me. Let's see if they can execute that. Back to the booth.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Audrey, as we always appreciate our sideline reporting. Corey, we've seen in this first half within this Pioneer offense, Stoga has ran the ball 83% of the time, totaling about 32 yards, with Height Lang having 29 of them.
Yeah, Height Lang has been quite the bright spot for this Pioneers offense. They haven't been able to get things going, but they've shown moments of promise. It looks like they may be able to put a few points up on the board in this second half, but they got a big deficit to overcome if they want to make this a game that the student section really wants to see.
Absolutely, and of course, as we went down to get our halftime pretzel, we talked to the student section, and we heard them that they're just expressing frustration within the passing game. We are seeing the passing game, hopefully that they can get things going, but they are actually -3 within total passing yards within Bryant Ford today.
Yeah, part of that has to do with this poor performance today from the offensive line. Ford doesn't have enough time to step back in the pocket and locate open receivers down the field. He's more worried about edge rushers breaking through the offensive line, and he's being kept on his toes, and that's why maybe he hasn't been quite as accurate as he would have hoped going into this game.
Absolutely, and on the other side, we see Upper Darby having about 190 total yards of offense, 102 coming from passing and 88 coming from rushing, and even split there, as we have always mentioned, within that dual threat quarterback of Safai Sally. He has had many targets in this game, Amir Crooks being one of them, as he was able to haul in a touchdown there in the first quarter, having a miraculous toe tap that will count as Wednesdays on Sundays as well. And another crucial target for him is Azim Spicer, the senior running back and wideout who has been a multiple-time target for Sally, as he has 2 touchdowns, showing off his aggressiveness as he has walked into the end zone 2 times for the Royals.
Yeah, I don't know what position you kind of throw him at. He's been a great running back, but he's clearly a threat in the receiving game. He's also taken a few snaps straight to himself to get some run looks. He's quite the player. He's putting out his entire tool case this game, kind of showing off what he has. Maybe he's looking to play at the next level, but he's certainly making a compelling case tonight.
Absolutely. And if you are just joining us back here for the second half, we welcome you back to our third quarter. Your score is Upper Darby 20, Conestoga Pioneers 7. As we are getting ready to go, as Ran Irani sets the ball up and gets us ready to kick it away for our second half here at beautiful Teamer Field in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Ran Irani is set. The pit is ready to go for the second half, and he kicks it away to this Royal offense. A little more of a squib kick or line drive you could see there, Corey, as it is fumbled a little bit and caught within the 10-yard line. He finds another hole, breaking right, and will ultimately be tackled at about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, ready to start off a drive for the Upper Darby Royals. They have 88 total rushing yards, along with 102 in the passing game. High school football is typically a game played on the ground, especially in the Central League. But Upper Darby is showcasing their ability to throw the ball not only in the short game, but also down the field. They're averaging 12 yards per play, carving up this Conestoga defense. I'd love to see some mix-ups in coverage, maybe throw a little pressure on this quarterback, because it seems like he's had quite an amount of time in the back of the pocket to make the correct play, and he has time and time again.
Absolutely, as we welcome back Sophie, Sally, and this Royal offense for the first possession of our second half. Shotgun snap, as we have seen almost every day today. Sally once again throws almost on an RPO, but he is this time incomplete, and it will bring up second down.
Yeah, receiver there had a crease up the middle. If he could have held on to that, we may be talking touchdown. Correct read, unable to make the completion. Doesn't result in the play that the Royals are looking for. 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers.
Absolutely, a beautifully executed run-pass option there by the Royal offense. Just Sally able to get a little bit antsy, a little bit excited when he saw his open receiver and spiked it a little bit at his feet. So it will bring up second down from the 22-yard line of the Upper Darby Royals to start off our second half. Sally this time, little miscommunication. This time it'll break right, and he will be forced out of bounds eventually, and that is Abdur Rashid this time on the carry, his first of the second half.
Yeah, he's been special in this first half. Got a lot of momentum carrying on right now. He's done a great job breaking outside of the numbers and making plays up the sideline. He's been slipping around the Conestoga defense, and they haven't been able to get their hands on him to bring him down for a tackle in the backfield.
Absolutely. We've always talked about the multiple weapons in the backfield and the wide receivers for this Upper Darby offense. You have Abdur Rashid, you have Spicer, you have Crooks, you have Sally himself, a quarterback, and excited to see what they can get going here on this 3rd down and 5 from their own 27. Sally drops back. He throws this time, but he will be brought down. It is Joey Otto and the rest of the Conestoga defense. A big 3rd down stop. And ball will be given right back to Conestoga.
That is exactly what you're looking for if you're the Pioneers. A quick way to shut down an offense that's been rolling in the first half. They're getting the ball right back.
So exactly what you wanted to see if you're Coach G and this Conestoga roster on the sideline. Everyone excited. The cheer team ready to go. The pit more antsy for a Conestoga possession. Hopefully to break or at least shorten the lead of this Upper Darby offense right now. 20-7 is your score. Darby punting now. This time it'll be fumbled snap. It'll go into the end zone, and it will be recovered. It will go out of the back of the end zone. It will be a safety for the Pioneers. And
wow.
almost touchdown. Fell right into his hands, unable to get it, but something that you will almost definitely take. 2 points is anything to get on the board for this Conestoga.
Man, this defense and special teams is keeping the Pioneers offense in this game. They got to get something rolling because they have the ability to get back and crack into this lead a little bit. Well done by the Upper Darby punter. That was a terrible situation to be in. Keeps the 6 off the board for the Pioneers, which would make this a way closer game, way tighter competition. But a high IQ play to kind of turn that into a safety, a lot less of a loss. And now the Pioneers will receive a punt.
Absolutely. This Conestoga offense needing to get going now, only having 32 total rushing yards and 29 total yards of offense. So the defense for the Pioneers has done it all today here on Teamer. Having their only touchdown and now getting a safety here on special teams, it is time for the Pioneer offense to step up and put points on the board of their own. It'll be Zach Fritz and Joel Kwan at about the 30-yard line, ready to receive the kickoff from Cameron Thomas of Upper Darby. Fritz was able to have a pretty long return last week against O&J Roberts, about the fourth quarter. As Cameron Thomas is ready to go and punt it away. The ball will be kicked right in the direction of Zach Fritz. It'll be fumbled once again. We've seen him return one of these before. He will go right, but once again, it seems to be an issue, and he will go out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. A little extracurriculars there for Upper Darby on the Pioneer sideline, but Corey, it was almost like he had no blockers in front of him there on that return.
Yeah, when he recovered the ball there, he looks up and sees 6 white jerseys right in his face. Able to break outside and get a few positive yards. But that is not what you want to be looking at as an offensive player. You look up from the ground, all you see is white jerseys.
So now it is Upper Darby 20, Conestoga 9 here with about 10 minutes remaining in your third quarter. It'll be Brian Ford in the backfield along Height Lang for the first time in your second half. Brian Ford once again in shotgun formation, as we have seen, hoping to mix up his under center routine, but this time hang it off to Lang. Lang will get a chunk of yardage. He will break tackles and be tackled at about the 32-yard line. A gain of about 4.
Conestoga sideline looking for a flag there. May have been a face mask, but nothing from the referees. Gets a few yards. We have a 2nd and 5.
Absolutely, almost seeming that it was a face mask tackle. Coach G expressing his frustration alongside the rest of the Pioneer coaching staff. And we'll bring up 2nd and 5 here in the 33 for Conestoga. Once again, Ford in shotgun formation with Height. Lang on his left side. Snap to Ford. It'll go to Lang once again. He tries to plow through. But once again, that O-line front seemed to be beat off the snap and running into 3 or 4 white jerseys on that carry.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd and 4 for the Pioneers. Just got some momentum from a defense, getting a safety, pushing this game to 11 points. They need to capitalize and put some points on the board, especially in the offensive end. All of their points coming from the defense or special teams.
Absolutely now. 3rd down and 3 to go. Another crucial first down for this Pioneer offense as Ford is under center once again. Joel Kwan behind him, but Height Lang in motion. It'll be handoff to Crump. Crump will be stiffed at the 35-yard line. A crucial tackle for Upper Darby, and that is Osman DeFay with a huge tackle and bring up 4th and down here for Conestoga.
That is deflating. Looks like they're bringing the punting crew out. That is very deflating. Pioneers looking to get a strong momentum drive, but they are forced a 3 and out, and now they're going to give the ball back to this Royals offense.
Absolutely, and once again, the defense seeming to step up, hoping that the offense can do it on their end, getting the job done. Now for about the 4th or 5th time today, we will see Luca Liberato punt it away and give it right back to Upper Darby. Mustafa Dabo back to pick up this punt and receive. Dabo will catch it about the 39. He looks right. He's got some room. He breaks right. He's got blockers in front of him. He breaks back inside. He will be taken down at about the 30-yard line after being wrapped up but dragging defenders. Being taken down at about the 29. And once again, unbelievable field position there for Upper Darby, Corey.
Yeah, that's an impressive break down the right sideline. Not a lot of red jerseys, kind of like the Upper Darby defense is putting on the Conestoga. sees a lot of open field, and he took advantage, gaining over 25 yards on that return.
Absolutely. DeBow, as soon as he picked his head up, saw all that green grass on the right side, took advantage of it, and about a 30-yard return for this offense. Under center now is Sally. This time it'll be an inside handoff. Another chunk of yardage here for this rushing offense of Upper Darby. So about a 5-yard gain here in your third quarter. Ball spotted at about the 24-yard line. As time ticks away, and it's just under 7 minutes now. Sally once again under center. Another inside handoff, but this time he is stiffed. Ball falls out, but Sally is able to hop on it and recover it for the Conestoga defense before he is able to hype on it. Justin Schwartz gets up, and he is hyped after a crucial part of that tackle.
Yeah, got to put the brakes on this offense. Maybe pushing them outside of field goal range. I like what the Conestoga defense is putting up right now.
Schwartz, as you saw on that replay, a crucial part in that stop, able to swat that ball out of the hands of Upper Darby's running back, creating chaos for about 2 seconds before Sally is able to hop back on it and bringing up 3rd and 8 here now for Upper Darby. Sally now shotgun formation. He pitches it to his left. He's got blockers in front of him. He will break inside. He's got the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, but this one is coming back as we saw an absolute block in the back, or an illegal block you could say, on Christian Crump, as well as taunting, and that will be number 2, Zykerian Reed with the penalty.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you want heading up the left sideline. I wonder what the call is going to be. It seemed like there was a little bit of an altercation after the play.
Definitely some extracurriculars from both sides at about the 9-yard line is where the flag is spotted. We saw Zykerian Reed make a block on Christian Crump that was almost unneeded. Not needed to make that block. The running back had an open lane into the end zone. That was Tajay Bird. He could have walked into the end zone. But Zykerian Reed feeling the need for some extracurriculars, and now that will set them back for this Royals offense. So an 11-point lead here for Conestoga as we have an injury timeout, as we always wish the best for Upper Darby. As Tajay Bird will hop up and hop off the field to a much-deserved applause. A crucial part of that offense so far in that Upper Darby. The Royals will hop back on now to the field. There will be first down at about this 19-yard line, but they could be celebrating on their own sideline if there wasn't an extracurricular block. Just inside 6 minutes now with an 11-point lead for the Royals. Safai Sally. This time he will pitch it off once again to the right, and he will be stopped for about a yard gain of about 4.
Cutting inside, picks up a few blockers. Well done by the running back here.
So it'll bring up second down with the ball on the 11, or the 16. Second down and 7 for Upper Darby. Safai Sally now once again in shotgun formation. He's got David Okolosi to his right, as well as Abdur Rashid to his left. This time he drops back. Sally fires across the middle, and it is intercepted. This one will be returned down the right sideline, and that is a crucial stop there. That is number 25, the sophomore, Tyler Goulet, with a huge stop there for the Pioneers.
That's big time. That keeps the Pioneers back in this game. The Royals offense is knocking on the door of the end zone. That's the kind of play where you look back and say, why are we holding? Early on this possession, an Upper Darby penalty, preventing them from the end zone.
Absolutely now. So more and more momentum feeling to go into Conestoga. and a crucial drive here, needing upperclassmen or just Brian Ford leadership now on this drive. 5 minutes left here in your third quarter. Ford once again with height, Lang to his left. Ford snaps, it's off to Lang. Lang on the inside handoff. He breaks a couple tackles, but will be tackled at just about the 18-yard line.
Number 14, by number 5, number 52, David Singleton of Upper.
So 2nd and 6 is brought up for this Pioneer offense led by Brian Ford. That leadership needing to be showing now with that new captain role. Tyler Goulet on the bottom of your screen. Ford once again, this time Wildcat offense. He will run up the middle, but he will be stopped and he will be dragged across at about the 15-yard line, and Ford seems to be feeling that hit.
Yeah, this Pioneer offense is struggling to get something going.
As we mentioned, Stoga ran the ball 83% of the time in that first half, having only 32 total rushing yards. So another, as we have seen it, Corey, in their own territory, another crucial third down here for the Pioneers, needing this one and just not wanting to punt away again. Brian Ford will be taken out of the game, and it will be the backup quarterback, Marcus Monahan, the sophomore, and a crucial third down, hoping to step up here for Conestoga. Monahan in shotgun formation. It'll be snapped. It'll be height out to Lang, and Lang will be tackled. But this time, almost definitely, a flag will be thrown, and a first down will be given to Conestoga on that penalty.
Yeah, you can't be grabbing on the back of an offensive player's neck. Yanked him to the ground. That looks like it hurt. He may be feeling that tomorrow.
Absolutely. So although a physical hit and aggressive play by Upper Darby, as Brian Ford will trot back onto the field, Marcus Monahan able to get the job done and get a first down there for the Pioneer offense. Referees seeming to discuss this over, as field position will be analyzed. Referee telling the Upper Darby to move back, as it'll be a face mask tackle on the charge of Upper Darby offense, or defense, excuse me. So 1st and 10 now here for another crucial drive of this Conestoga Pioneer offense here in the second half. Down by 11 and hoping to get something going now on their own 37 with a first down. Ford back into the game with Lang on his right side. We saw him in shotgun formation a lot this first half, home again and again. He throws it down. He's got Crump, but this will be incomplete. Thrown in the direction of Christian Crump, number 4. Seeming to be a popular target for Ford today in the limited time he has thrown the ball, but 2 incompletions here in his direction.
Yeah, defender did a good job there staying in between the ball and the receiver, ultimately breaking up the pass and keeping the ball with no advancement. We have a 2nd in town.
So 2nd and 10 on their own 37 for Conestoga. Ford once again trotting out after discussing with his coach on the sideline. Both teams having all 3 timeouts here left with about 3 minutes here in your third quarter. Conestoga looking for some sort of miracle play or just big play to gain some more momentum on the offensive side, as there have been plenty gained on the defensive side of the ball. Shotgun snap to Ford. He looks once again in Crump's direction. This time it will be incomplete. Actually completed to Crump, but it will be a false start for Conestoga.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Conestoga's offense has had quite the struggle today. They haven't even been able to put up any offensive points. All the points in the Pioneers coming from their defense. A fumble recovery in the end zone and a safety caused by their special teams. Conestoga's got a lot of work to do if they're going to try to make this game a close one. But their defense has done a great job so far in the third quarter, holding the Upper Darby Royals to 0 points. They need some momentum on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Brian Ford needing, as I mentioned, to show some leadership in his new captain role. As many people, especially with the trust of that coaching staff, have no doubt that he will. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 here for Conestoga. It'll be shotgun once again for Brian Ford and Height Lang. In the backfield, Lang once again on his right side. Upper Darby showing early pressure right on the line as they bring 6 men. Ford feels the pressure, and he will be taken down aggressively at the 34-yard line, and that will bring up another 4th down for Conestoga.
Yeah, he's got nowhere to go in that backfield. Every time he catches the ball, he just looks up and sees white jerseys all over the place. He has to consistently break outside the pocket to try to get some yards up the field, but it's rarely finding them any first downs. Bringing the punting unit back out, Upper Darby offense awaits the return.
Corey, Conestoga offense only has 3 total first downs this game, 2 of them coming in the first half and 1 coming on this drive right here on that face mask / horse collar tackle by Upper Darby's defense. Luca Liberato back to punt once again with 2 minutes remaining as this punt will be way over his head. We've seen this before. It'll go into his end zone. Liberato will take it into his end zone. It will be a safety.
Yeah.
Liberato, instead of trying to make a play and punt that one away, although it's tough, he pounces on the ball in his own end zone, and it will be a safety.
Yeah. Quite an unfortunate break. Everybody on this Upper Darby sideline is bouncing right now. Very excited about this defense.
And the turnovers have been the story to tell today. And not just turnovers, but the freebies given to other teams within safeties, interceptions, fumbles. We've seen it all here today on Teamer. But another safety now on both sides. And it will be 22-9 now Upper Darby.
This team's not really giving the Pioneer Pit anything to cheer on. If anything, all the highlight plays are coming from the Royals. Maybe we'll see one in the next 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Absolutely. The Conestoga faithful still definitely feeling that this is a 2-score game, Corey, with just about 2 minutes remaining, as Rayan Irani will punt this one away. But, Corey, there's no doubt in my mind that Conestoga can come back and win this game. Rayan will kick this one away, and it will be caught and received at about the 35-yard line. He will let it roll again. This time he will touch it, but it will roll out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Some miscommunication within himself there, but it will bring up 1st down. And once again, this Upper Darby Royal offense will be brought onto the field.
Yep. And the biggest thing for them today has been a solid and consistent running game. This forces the Conestoga defense to pay attention in the box, leading to breakout passes up and down the sidelines, breaking out for big plays. They're doing an excellent job balancing their offense and creating a lot of easy advantages and advancing the ball up the field consistently.
Expecting a Wildcat offense play right here by Upper Darby, as once again we will see it. It will be ran up the middle, this time to the outside, breaking tackles and forced out of bounds. That right there was number 7, Azim Spicer, this time in the form of a running back, but there will be a flag on the play.
Haven't heard his name in a minute, but there he is taking the snap and breaking outside. Right when you start to forget about his presence in the field, he makes a highlight play just like that.
So it looks like flag on the play will be going against Upper Darby, and that play right there by Spicer will be going against him.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it earlier. It seems the biggest thing holding Upper Darby back is themselves. They have 3 unforced errors, and all of them have led to the Pioneers' points. If they were able to hold on to the ball, this could be a lot uglier for the Pioneers.
So first down once again for Upper Darby, having 202 total yards of offense right here in the third quarter. Azim Spicer will once again, this time he goes left. He will be tackled by Crump and Rapp, but taking about 4 or 5 Maroon men to bring him down. And on that 1st and 15, it will bring out about 2nd and 14 now.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier, they do a good job mixing up looks. They bring in Spicer out of the backfield. They throw him in the wide out. There, he's taking the snap and running it. Took a penalty a few plays ago, and there's wrapped up.
As seconds tick down away in your final minute here of the third quarter. A beautiful Teamer Field in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. The first in-conference game for both of these teams. As mentioned earlier, they both went 0-1, looking for their first win of the season. Both teams hoping to bounce back. Stoga hoping to bounce back right here on their home turf, and Upper Darby hoping to steal one right here on Teamer. Sally once again looking for screen, but he will take it. It'll be caught, and it will be ran back inside, and he will be tackled right at about the 46-yard line. That is Tajay Bird, the senior running back, plowing up the middle of the Pioneer defense.
Yeah, good job by the quarterback, faking right and throwing back left. Breaks to the inside. It's taken 3 or 4 Conestoga Pioneers to bring down one offensive runner. That is not a recipe for success, and the Pioneers defense is seeming to give up yard after yard.
So that's 2nd and 14. Now getting that first down will close out our third quarter as both teams discuss. Corey, what do you think the Upper Darby team is hoping to get going in this third quarter and this drive per se, now fourth quarter, to just keep this relentless pressure on this Conestoga defense?
Yeah, the Pioneers have a lot to go over in this huddle. A lot of different directions you can go, but I feel like the biggest thing is keeping your heads held high, keeping the correct mindset going into the fourth quarter, because anything is possible. There's a lot of scenarios where this could play well for the Pioneers. It's clear that the Upper Darby offense has the ability to turn the ball over. Hopefully for the Pioneers, they can do that in the offensive end, because they have not been able to get much going on for their offense.
Absolutely. We've seen 3 turnovers and 1 safety. We've seen 2 fumbles, 1 for a touchdown, and 1 interception by number 25, Tyler Goulet. So we've seen this Conestoga defense step up before, hoping that they can step up again right now.
Awaiting the start of the fourth quarter, I'm excited for what hopefully could be an action-packed period. Pioneers have a large deficit to overcome, but it wouldn't be the craziest thing I've seen to see a comeback here.
Sally will take the snap. He will hand it off. Once again, it is Abdur Rashid. He will take it up the middle. He's got room, and nothing but green grass in front of him as Abdur Rashid will walk into the end zone. It is touchdown, Upper Darby.
Man, he has had his way up and down this game. When you look back, not only will you see it on the box score, but you see it in every play that he is making. Breaks through multiple Pioneer defenders, breaks up the sideline, and he is taking over this game.
So just as we were talking about Conestoga defense helping to step up, a huge play there by Upper Darby as Abdur Rashid runs right up the gut and scores a much-needed touchdown to extend this lead for Upper Darby. And now, as we've seen it many times today, Cameron Thomas will come out as that coaching staff is loving on Abdur Rashid.
Yeah. There's not really much to be complaining about as an Upper Darby coaching staff. Going forward, the only thing they could really clean up is maybe the turnovers, but they are certainly offsetting them today with an excellent offensive attack.
Cameron Thomas will kick this one up and away, way into the street over the net, and it will be 29-9 in favor of Upper Darby.
Pioneers.
Conestoga looking to get something going here, now down 20.
Yeah, this is not the kind of vibe you're trying to feel on the sideline. A lot of A lot of players look quite defeated right now. A lot of slumped over and slouching postures. Meanwhile, on the Upper Darby sideline, it seems like everybody's super happy to be out there. But now we have an opportunity to chip away at this lead. I would love to see something going down for the Pioneers. They are due for something great.
And as I mentioned last week with my partner Evan Senka, we've seen crazier things. We've seen things happen within football or any other sport. Who knows what can happen. 20-point lead here for Upper Darby, 3-possession game, but hopefully this Conestoga offense can get something going.
Look at this. I see the kicker dancing a little bit. That's not something you see when you're up 20 points, maybe 30 plus, but he is feeling this game.
Cameron Thomas once again with another line drive squib kick. It'll fall out of bounds right in front of the feet of Height Lang. And the ball will be positioned at the 40-yard line there for Conestoga.
And that, folks, is why you probably shouldn't be dancing in a live football game. Loses a little bit of focus and puts that one straight out of bounds.
So now the Conestoga offense, as mentioned all game, hoping to get something going now. On this, their first possession here in the fourth quarter. 29-9 is your score in favor of the Royals of Upper Darby. Zach Fritz now at the receiver position, number 16. Brian Ford once again in position with Height Lang on his left side. Shotgun snap to Ford. This time he throws in the direction of Crump. It goes over his head and it is intercepted. Crump will be taking the tackle. And once again, the dagger play almost for Conestoga as that interception is thrown by Brian Ford.
Yeah, Crump was open, but he wasn't looking at the ball. Sails right over his head into the Royal defense, and that is an interception. Quite deflating for this Pioneer offense.
Much frustration now on that Pioneer sideline. So now the ball will be given back to Upper Darby, who has 269 yards of total offense. Sophie Sally now still in the game. Shotgun formation now. This time he will play action. He throws. He's got a man downfield, but it will be incomplete and bring up second down.
Yeah, that was a decent look for the offense. Unable to complete the pass. They do have a few more downs to work with. And if anything has told me from the game I've seen so far, they certainly have the firepower to make a highlight play.
Absolutely. Almost hoping to hit him at stride there, but looking at his back shoulder as he threw that one. And it will bring up second down here for the Royal offense. Well, at one point here in Teamer Field, it has been a packed house. Now many people finding their ways to the exit as the Pioneer pit is almost empty.
Yeah, it was rocking earlier, but unfortunately this Pioneer team hasn't given this team much to cheer about.
Abdur Rashid once again breaking left. He will be fighting for extra yards as he has done all game and be taken down at about the 39-yard line.
And that's what's impressive about this kid. He is still working hard up the sideline. And would you look at that? Not a lot of students left to cheer on this team. Quite disappointed about the performance they've seen so far.
Who knows, Corey? Maybe if these fans were here, it would give them just enough energy to fight back. But yeah. Conestoga hoping to find it on their own and within their own sideline and leadership to get something going, to not go 0-2 to start this season.
Yep, that's not exactly how you want to start off. Really desperately needing a change of rhythm on this drive ahead.
As mentioned earlier, there's a flag on the play, excuse me. But Stoga has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the Pioneers and the Royals, but Upper Darby was able to take last year 22-20 in Upper Darby's house. But looks like the Royals will come into Teamer, and steal a win here at Conestoga's home turf. Ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line of the Pioneers as the Upper Darby Royals are ready to go here with just under 11 minutes to go in your Week 2 matchup between Conestoga and Upper Darby. Conestoga is heading on the road these next 2 weeks. Won't be back home until September 13th. And just hoping to get some momentum before they go on even tougher matchups in the road. Sally once again looks to drop back. He throws. He's got a man, and it's caught. It is Rasheed Rice. It goes off his head. Incomplete.
Man, that is an unfortunate break for the Pioneers. You have, I don't even know how many, 5 red jerseys in the area straight off the helmet of the number 7. Let me look at that. Off of Spicer's helmet, there's at least 4 Pioneers around the area and aren't able to come down with the football.
So some miscommunication there on Upper Darby as the ball was thrown perfectly by Sally, but goes right off the head of Azim Spicer. Upper Darby now throwing the ball, but having 8 yards per rush within this Royal offense. Now up 20. Sally once again drops back. He throws. This ball will be incomplete. Luca Liberato within coverage. Look for the interception, but just let it drop. And that will bring up 4th down, and Conestoga should take over here on this punt by Upper Darby. Corey, Conestoga looking to seem defeated, but Upper Darby seeming to just put the dagger in the heart and just throw deep ball after deep ball, just hoping to put Conestoga to bed.
Yeah. And the way you set up a deep ball throw is solid protection for the quarterback. I haven't seen too many times where he's being pressured. He's got plenty of time to step back in the pocket and make the right read, and that's why his percentages have been high so far.
Now Brian Ford once again with Height Lang on his left side. Shotgun snap to Ford. This time it'll be handed off to Lang once again, running up the middle, and he will just be stuffed. Corey, I think we need to have to mix it up on these play calls for Conestoga.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of runs. To be honest, an air attack might be necessary to get us back.
And 11 with the ball on the 42. Mixing it up now from Height Lang. This time. Much better for Conestoga. So Luca Liberato will be back to punt once again here for Conestoga. Ball on the 43. Liberato punts it away. This one will be caught and received at about the 30-yard line. Tackle made. A big tackle there. Here's this one dished off. An outside handoff that will be a gain about 1 or 2 yards for the Royal offense.
Solid idea there. Pitching the ball to the outside. Able to break the offensive line. Gain about 1 or 2 yards off the handoff.
We've seen today many difficulties within the Conestoga offense. Just trying to get something going. Defense seemed to be the story of the game, and turnovers as well, as we have had many 4 alone on Conestoga against the Royals.
Yeah, this turnover battle, it's seeming like the teams are starting to play a little hot potato. Who can give up the ball faster?
2nd and 8 now here on the 32 for Upper Darby. This one will be rushed up the middle. It will be Tajay Bird storming for a rush of about 7 yards. Bird being a crucial part of this offense today, alongside Abdur Rashid, as well as Amir Crooks and Azim Spicer. So the Conestoga faithful marching band and cheerleaders hoping to pump some energy into Conestoga. Third down and 8. For Upper Darby.
Looks like we just had a penalty there on the offense. Personal foul. They're moving him back quite a bit. Not sure what it's going to end up being, but it looks like a large deficit for this offense.
So something, once again, that Conestoga can hopefully take and use it for them their own momentum. 3rd and 16 now, ball spotted on the 24-yard line. Ball spotted to Sally. This time he runs, looking. Justin Schwartz in pressure. Flag is thrown on the play. Sally will roll left, finding yardage, and he will plow up the middle, but he will eventually be taken down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that is making the most of a broken situation. Looked like he could have been sacked behind the line of scrimmage, but he slips out of the pressure and breaks up the field for only a 4-yard gain, but it seemed a lot more valuable than it truly was.
So is there another flag on the play as referees are discussing what they have seen? Flag is spotted at about the 22-yard line with about 7 minutes left here in your Week 2 matchup. Upper Darby, although seeming on the scoreboard to be dominant today, as we have mentioned, has been the tale of turnovers and the tale of miscommunication on Conestoga's offense. Not mixing it up much, having not much success once again as they head on the road the next 2 weeks and don't come home until September 13th.
Yeah, they have a lot that they need to improve on heading into the next few games. I'd say the areas I'd like them to compromise the most is getting the ball down the field and certainly cleaning up their pass protection on the offensive line. Brian Ford is not able to make the right reads because he's constantly on his heels with the pressure getting up on him.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 21 now for Upper Darby. Right here in your 4th quarter on Teamer Field at Conestoga High School. Conestoga hoping to fight back just a little bit against Azim Spicer and this dominant Upper Darby offense. Once again, that is Abdur Rashid breaking tackles. Goulet unable to bring him down, but he will be tackled and he will be brought down. That is number 75, James Schrader, on the tackle.
Yeah, well done on the tackle there. Sounds like we may be heading down to the field. Looks like we might have a special report from Audrey Dyer. We're going to head down the field. Let's hear what she has to say.
I'll bring a 4th and 12 and 28.
Thanks, guys. We're now here in the fourth quarter. The game is kind of coming to a close. We got about 6 minutes left remaining, and we've seen a lot change within these past 2 quarters. In the third quarter, we had some players go out on both the Conestoga side and the Upper Darby side, and one person we saw go down was our starting quarterback, Brian Ford. And fortunately, he was not hurt, but his helmet fell off, which meant he had to come out for a play. So we saw that substitution with sophomore Marcus Monahan, and the game change just kind of the game kind of just changed, and the momentum is still not what they were necessarily hoping for, but we've seen a little bit of a boost in maybe play, and hopefully we can just kind of push towards the end for these last final minutes and just make the most of the game. So that's it for me. Back to the booth.
As we always thank Audrey for her great sideline reporting, and Brian Ford is under center once again. Joel Kwan now will rush this one up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards, and it will bring up second down for Conestoga.
Solid run there up the gut from Joel Kwan. That's what you maybe would have liked to see earlier in this game. There's a lot more at stake. At this point in time, both teams kind of playing for pride, playing for momentum going into next week.
Absolutely. The tail of the tape for Conestoga seemed to be that inside handoff. What they have gone most here today within Height Lang or Joel Kwan. Conestoga hoping to get something going as Brian Ford is under center once again on second down. This time it'll be Lang. He will take it up the left side, and he will be stopped at about the 45-yard line.
Height Lang has been a bright spot for this team. They keep feeding him the ball, and he keeps delivering. Unfortunately, Conestoga has not been able to string together a few first downs in a row, but when they've been able to succeed, it's been with the ball in his hands.
So once again, another inside handoff there for Conestoga. Just under 4.5 minutes now left in your Week 2 matchup between Conestoga and the Royals of Upper Darby. Bringing up 3rd and 2 now for Brian Ford. Once again under center. This time it'll be handed off. He ran right up the middle, and he is stuffed right at the line, but able to fall forward. Right there with the help of his offensive line. Conestoga is able to gain once another first down.
Yeah, he ran straight into a brick wall, but fell forward. Great work by Des Fritz there, pushing the pile forward and increasing that gain to over 5 yards.
Those are the plays you love to type of see, Corey. Maybe not the guy with the ball, but the guy without the ball, being able to make plays, help his team, and get anything going here for this offense. As a timeout is taken on Upper Darby. Corey, what do we think that Conestoga needs to do here? Obviously, get some points going here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like victory is an option for the Pioneers, but it seems like they're playing for momentum going into the next few weeks. Love to see them get into a rhythm so they can feel confident coming out of the tunnel for their games and practices ahead. I'd love to see them mix things up and continue to kind of try new things out, see what they can have going forward.
Upper Darby would now come out for their timeout. Just under 4 minutes now. First down for Conestoga.
We got Brian Ford lining up behind the center, seeing the field, seeing the defense.
Brian Ford under center will hand it off to Joel Kwan. Once again, another inside handoff, and he will take it up the middle for about 5 yards. Once again, the tail of the tape seaming for this Conestoga offense.
Yeah, solid carry there up the gut. Love to see it. Conestoga trying to gain some momentum. They are advancing into the front half. In the front half.
As we mentioned, the next 2 weeks, Stoga heads on the road. Their first week next week will be away at Radnor and then away at Ridley before coming home for our next broadcast here at Teamer Field against Pencrest. As Brian Ford will line up once again, hands it off to Quan on 2nd and 5. Quan will plow up the middle, this time for a first down for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it's solid running by Joel Quan there. Breaks ahead. I'm not sure if it's first down just quite yet, but solid look for the offense.
So Conestoga looking to get something going here in this late 4th quarter drive with just about 3 minutes left here on Teamer. Brian Ford seeming to have his first drive of the day, actually getting something going, communicating well within this offense, playing under center and using Joel Quan as a weapon in the backfield. Ball on the 30-yard line for the 1st and 10. Ford under center once again, hands it off to Quan. Quan rolls left. He will be taken down at about the 26-yard line. Corey, we've mentioned it a couple times how they're going on the road the next 2 weeks. What do you think, especially away at Radnor? Many people around here say that is our school's rival, or Conestoga rivals for that matter. What do you think that Conestoga needs to get going before their matchup against Radnor?
Yeah, from the look of it, it doesn't seem like the Conestoga coaching staff is going to be too happy after this game. Maybe seeing a little conditioning over the weeks ahead. Going into the Radnor game, that's definitely a game where they could win, but they need to be bought in completely. It seems that they were bringing energy early on, especially on the defensive end, but once things started to get a little bit difficult for them, I saw a lot of heads looking the opposite way, a lot of shrugged shoulders, and I feel like the most important thing, kind of like Upper Darby did early on with the unfortunate fumble in their own end zone, is they're keeping their heads held high, staying on a positive kind of mindset and moving forward play by play.
It's right on cue. Once again, you talked about miscommunication. We saw a fumbled football right here as Corey was talking. Brian Ford was able to hand it off. That was to number 19, James McMorris. But of course, Corey, we've seen it today. We've seen the tale of turnovers and ball security needing to be something that Conestoga has to improve on, hitting the road against Radnor before coming home against a strong Pencrest team.
Absolutely. Football isn't a game where you can just walk around not holding on the ball carefully and securely. Conestoga definitely needs to be working on securing the football, keeping it in their hands, because that's been their kryptonite today. A lot of turnovers. Unforced errors are key in any high school sport, and they are struggling to hold on to the football right now.
Ford hands it off once again to McMorris, but he is stuffed for a loss of yards, bringing up 4th down for Conestoga. As we mentioned earlier, this is the first in-conference matchup for both of these teams, as Upper Darby played Ben Salem in Week 1, where they took the loss 19-7, and Conestoga was right here on TETV and Teamer, where they lost to O.J. Roberts 32-10.
Yeah, hard to believe this Upper Darby team took a loss this season. They are firing on a lot of cylinders right now, both in the passing game, the running game. They are doing an excellent job containing this Conestoga offense and exploiting their defense.
Absolutely. As we all know, the strong in-conference matchups within Garnet Valley, Marple, Haverford, and Pencrest. And playing them on the road is even harder than playing them at home, especially when you're hurting yourself or shooting yourself in the foot with fumbles, missed snaps, miscommunication, penalties, anything that you can control. Controlling the controllables seems to be a strong point here for Conestoga. As we enter our last final minute here of your Week 2 matchup of Conestoga and Upper Darby, and we'll bring up 4th down on the 25 of Upper Darby. Conestoga discussing it, and will definitely go for it, hoping to get 4th down or maybe just some points to maybe pad their stats and make this loss look just a little bit better.
Yeah. 5 yards to go. A first down would certainly lift their spirits going into the practices this week.
So 4th and 5 now on the 25-yard line for Conestoga. Brian Ford, shotgun snaps. He looks to throws. This time in the direction of Zach Fritz. It is incomplete. So it'll be a turnover on downs to Upper Darby. Well, they will most definitely run the clock out, Corey. And I think it's about time you can say this game right here is over.
Yep. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Going down 0-2 to start the season is not what anybody has in mind, especially not these Pioneers. They got a lot of things that they need to clean up on, especially their offense. It's impossible to win high school football games if you're not able to put points up on the board. I feel like that's going to be a point of discussion for this coaching staff. They need to figure out ways to surprise the defense. It seemed that every time Conestoga was about to run the football, there was a ton of white jerseys there waiting, not able to keep them on their toes, kind of like Upper Darby was doing to the Pioneers, mixing the passes, mixing the runs, and ultimately making this Pioneers secondary look silly.
So a game, once again, as we mentioned last week, a game that Conestoga will have to go back to the drawing board, look back, watch some film, see what they can work on, and hopefully take it and use it to their advantage within themselves on the road next week against Radnor. As we enter our final minute here on Teamer Field, as Conestoga doing what they can to hopefully limit the yardage of Upper Darby and hopefully get something going. The defense, Corey, has stepped up today. That is definitely something that will be playing to the advantage, hopefully, for the Pioneers as they hit the road the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, though giving up 29 isn't ideal, they were able to put up 9 points specifically on the defense. That's never something to be complaining about, but unfortunately, it doesn't really matter how many stops you can get. If you can't put points up on the board, you're not going to be a winning football team in the state of Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. You can never rely on your own defense to score your points for you. Offense definitely needing to be something that needs to step up here for Conestoga. As Sophia Sally will hand it off once again to the outside, and will be plowed out of bounds, almost receiving a first down. Clock final seconds running out as we are under half a minute here in your Week 2 matchup of Upper Darby and Conestoga. Upper Darby using 2 of the 3 timeouts.
Conestoga rolling out for what may be the final play. Not sure how much was on the play clock. This could be the end of the game for the Pioneers.
Absolutely. So our final seconds tick down here as we always thank you guys for watching here on TETV. Corey, what is something that Conestoga needs to go back to the drawing board in practice? We mentioned turnovers. We mentioned ball security. We mentioned miscommunication as a whole, but what is something that they can work on within themselves in practice this week?
Yeah. Upper Darby is going to be heading to Strathaven for their next game. That is a big game, but if they're going to be playing like this, they are certainly giving themselves a fighting chance. It's hard to play defense against a team that can throw, run, and truly do it all in the offensive end.
Absolutely. So a loss for the 2nd straight week and the 7th straight time here for Conestoga right here on TETV. Your final score, 29-9 in favor of Upper Darby. The first in-conference matchup for Conestoga. As Corey, your final thoughts.
Yeah, a tough performance for Conestoga. Thanks to all of our camera crew and Audrey Dyer on the sideline. We will see you later from TETV.